Hello and a very good evening, Powerflower Trains and Planes, and it's already a good evening to White Knight 20 and to Seb. I hope you are all well. We're just about ready to go. So it is the Cargoline Pack Volume 5 Nuclear, and we're live. Well, hope you are all well on this Tuesday evening and our very first look at this brand new nuclear pack. Very pleased to say that it didn't take too long to load up as well, so that was a bonus. Let's get the game started up and we'll get going. I've personally tried to avoid all of the ambassador videos that have been out, I'm sure, over the course of the day, so this is very much a first look at this for me. And yeah, good evening, Amaze Taze. Yeah, let's go indeed. I'm delighted to say as well, I have to say I kind of wasn't sure with the announcements as it was originally made. I wasn't sure whether it was going to work straight out on the Riviera line. So great to see that indeed it does. Now I've had a very, very quick install of it and look at it, and it does look very nice. I'm sure by Sunday we'll get a reskin by somebody that's for the direct rail services, the logo to show up on the Class 20, but doesn't look as though it's quite there yet. Excellent, Amaze Taze. So I think we're going to start off on West Coast Main Line South, but just to show on the Riviera line, if you kind of load up the 66, because this, of course, the timetable was already made with this in mind, and you have to scroll down a little bit before you will see Edinburgh to Glasgow. And that's the one. So there's a couple of services there: Exeter St David's to Plymouth, and then Plymouth to Exeter St David's, all about an hour's mark. And of course the two we really knew about was on Preston to Carlisle, and it is a separate timetable. I know some people get a bit frustrated about that. Must admit, I've not tried this on here yet, but it's on the, I think it's on the 47, isn't it? I'm not quite, there you go, yeah, you've got some there. Actually, you've got some nice short ones up there as well, only 15 minutes long, so that's quite nice. But we're going to start off on West Coast Main Line South. So there is a separate timetable. So we'll start off with this Class 20 Cargoline Nuclear. Well, to be honest, Seb, it doesn't massively matter because I'm not going to do the leaderboard or anything tonight. This is just a chance to have a look at this pack. So we'll go with this on for tonight. So we're not too worried about point scoring or the actual scores on this massively. So these are the 4 scenarios. Of course, a couple of them in the middle of the night. But I think the one we'll start with is this Dungeness to Sellafield. So we're going between London and Milton Keynes Central. Yeah, I'll find Seb, yeah. Good evening, Route 12 to Twyford. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Hope you are well. Yes, all ages are welcome. So I think I did try and load this scenario, this run a little bit earlier. Now we could play it in earlier in the year and it would be completely daylight, but I quite liked the look of the sort of the sunrise beginning to take shape. So we'll start off, I think, in November weather conditions. Are you enjoying it so far, Amaze Days? So here we go. This is the Class 23. So we've got one on each end. We've only got one wagon in between. Near the distinctive groan of these engines, which is fantastic. And then this is what we're carrying. This is our cargo. So it's spent nuclear fuel. And it's the FNA wagon, as you can see. And there's all sorts of safety instructions on here. Not to be sheeted. No unauthorised persons must trespass on this vehicle. You've got the nuclear symbol as well, and then a special phone number to ring in the case of an emergency. Ensure cover is locked both sides before transit. So they're quite dedicated over security on this, and it's supposed to be really, really intact. There we go. So let's get things set up. I was a bit worried I wouldn't be able to remember how to set it up, but I think I was okay. I've kind of done it the cheap way there, but I think that should work for us. And we'll have ourselves in night mode. And we're going via Watford Junction. All right. Are you leaving us already, Route 12? Or did you mean you saw us on Sunday? Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? So just wait for the brakes to come off, actually, I think. There we go. Better put the hood up because I'm not quite ready to do this with the dynamic hood yet. So here, something racing by somewhere. That's Pendolino. That clag on that. The great thing is, I mean, this is Type 2 loco. Yeah, I hope you can join us Sunday Route 12. I mean, this is a Type 2 loco, but with one wagon on board, then we can manage quite easily. Yeah, absolutely. You really can. We can't quite see to the minute because I haven't got any throttle on, but I mean, it was a pretty good loco to drive anyway, even on Tees Valley line, but the one thing we haven't pointed out is we've got a refreshed cabin here as well. We've got the GSMR, and then we've also got this thing here, the panic button, which I don't think works, which is a great name for it, by the way, the panic button. Good evening, dude. Hope you're well. See if we can get down to 20 in time here. I'm not sure whether I will. Oh yeah, made it just about. Really does look the part, doesn't it? I almost feel as though talking over it seems like a shame. Oh, I just see we've got a little bit of a 15, haven't we? We should be good for a bit faster in a moment. Welcome back, Seb. Yeah, I think stuff like this is magnificent, really, because, you know, I mean, I'm sure, like everybody, you all like the shiny new, brand new routes coming out, but then things like this just give the slightly older routes something to get even more excited about. About to pass over the North Circular. Yes, indeed, dude. Yeah, I think there's quite a few who would like an extension for the West Coast Main Line South. I know there's quite a few who will say, no, not another extension for the West Coast Main Line. Better keep an eye on these signals, haven't I? Because I actually haven't got a clue what signal we're approaching. Which is never good for a train driver, is it? You're supposed to be keeping an eye on everything. But it's got a lovely rattly feel about it. I'd quite enjoy actually giving this a ride on with a passenger service as well. Yes, indeed, dude. So I think I can spy a green signal ahead. Yeah, I think you might well be right. I've got this feeling too. Which, I mean, in a kind of a way, if we do get Milton Keynes through to Birmingham New Street, even if they miss out on Northampton, then I'd be pretty happy, I think. I think I need to go back to and then just do it from scratch, and then we really will get. Mind you, we're going uphill, aren't we, to be fair? Perhaps I should have left it as it was there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 805 as well. And it'd be nice if that came out before Christmas as well. That sounded a bit zingy, didn't it, racing past us? I'm just hoping, one of my hopes is that we get the announcements. I'm sure we will for the 805 on board, but I'm hoping we get them at the stations as well. I'll tell you what, it's a great little train to see the never realised how strange the sounds were on the 350. I need to get that mod installed again, I think. But yeah, what a great view of the line that you get from this Class 20. We can't outpace the 72 Bakerloo line stop. It's going to be a bit of a long haul getting this up to some sort of speed. I don't know whether it's been confirmed, Seb, to be honest. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. Yeah, it's and the fact is, you're kind of aware of all the busyness going on around you. So seeing the Bakerloo line train, seeing the 350s whiz by, seeing the Pendolinos whiz by is quite exciting in its own right. So I think it's still a cracking little route. But yeah, I don't know about the 805 yet, Seb. I don't think it's been confirmed. It would be great to have Northampton included, wouldn't it? Because it would be good to be able to set off from Euston in a 350 and know that you can take it through Northampton, through the loop, and then onto Birmingham New Street. I think it's going to take us quite a while to get up to 60 miles an hour. Oh, we've even got a 66 waiting and a freight going southbound as well. Yeah, we could do one of those Euston to Cruise, couldn't we, in the 350 via Birmingham New Street, which would be great. Or, you know, the other option is if they could carry on towards Stafford via the Trent Valley line. I wouldn't mind either way, but to get it through to Birmingham would be quite interesting, having kind of like Coventry and Birmingham International and Birmingham New Street. I mean, I believe Josh might be working on upgrading the OTS 2019 timetable to include the new 350 as well, which includes announcements, but I don't know, that might take a bit of time before we get there. I kind of get the feeling here I'm not in full power. The brakes are fully off, aren't they? Do we only go up to 1,000? Great to see that train heading southbound with the graffiti on board as well. I mean, it's rare to see a freight train nowadays in real life without graffiti. Yeah, I must confess, I mean, I bought the Alan Thompson Northampton Loop, and I think I've driven it once, but very, very nice. Yeah, I think Amaze Taze is mentioned there. He's kind of said make sure that everybody gets that filled in and sorted. Probably not Amaze Taze. Didn't worry about the hazard lights. Loco brakes off. Train brake running. I mean, that's right, isn't it? I've only set up one end of the train. Are we actually in? It's not something stupid like we knocked it out of forward or something, is it? No, we're in forward. We are on the uphill, aren't we, at the moment? So maybe that's the issue. Yeah, we are building up, aren't we? It's just taking a little while. I've not set up anything on the rear loco, so I don't know whether I'm supposed to have done that. I know, yeah. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? And you know, as you say, much as we like the Train Sim Classic version of it, but we'd love to be able to get a full run going in Train Sim World. Yeah, I think we're building up speed now. I think for whatever reason, it was maybe just one of those strange things with the throttle where I'd knocked it back a bit and then it wasn't building up the speed. But yeah, we're getting up nicely now. mean, I'm guessing I probably should have jumped into the back cab really and set the tail lights on, but I haven't done that. I think we've got the flashing lamp though. I do, Seb, yeah, I do indeed have our HTT. Yeah, let's hope so, dude. I mean, I guess there's going to be a bit of a lull, isn't there? And there doesn't seem to be much of a suggestion coming out of Just Trains at the moment as to when their routes are coming out, the Crewe Preston and the Cardiff City Network new timetable, their stuff, but usually it's before Christmas. But you kind of feel as though if it's going to be in December, then you would have thought that the publicity and the build up, because they like to do a few development blogs, don't they, in the weeks building up to it, so that's not started yet. Yeah, that's the only slight snag about starting this at 4:15 in the evening, in a November evening. We're going to end up, it's going to be completely dark by the time we get to Milton Keynes. I mean, there's only 4 timetable services on this West Coast Mainline South route, but I guess if you littered it with about 30 or 50 of them in a day, it just wouldn't be realistic, would it? Because these trains are very, very few and far between. Yeah, it just seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Because we've been used to, in the last couple of years, we've had Blackpool branches and then Preston Carlisle, and they've both come out sort of November time, haven't they? Well before Christmas. But I guess last year we didn't get Crewe Birmingham, so maybe that's filling in the void. But it'd be nice if they could confirm at some point if it will come out this side of Christmas or not. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was possible. I mean, I don't mind massively them being separate runs, because I think sometimes it's quite a good point to break up the journey. But I'd quite like them. Quite like there to be a modern timetable done for Preston Carlisle, for example, and then Crewe Preston. So here we are. Oh, cheers, Seb, that's much appreciated. So perhaps, I think the plan will be, I think we're planning on going through till about, we'll do a couple of hours, we'll say, perhaps till about 9:30, and then I'll pack up for the night then. Good evening, Gareth. Hope you are well. Yeah, it's just, I guess the difficulty with a modern timetable is the difference in the speed limits, but I suppose I don't think there's any way of just automatically putting the highest speed limits into place. Yeah, I mean, we've already got some nice mods on Creators Club, and you could drive the Azuma as a Transpennine unit as an 802. It sounds really weird, that does, doesn't it? Coming through the tunnels. So I'm hoping, I don't know whether we'll get a full run on all three routes, but I'm thinking we'll perhaps go to Preston Carlisle next with the Class 47, and then we'll have a look at Riviera Line as well. And they do have proper DRS branding. I mean, I don't understand all this licensing palaver, because it just seems a bit strange to me that you can have fully licensed DRS Class 66s, but then you can't put the branding on the Class 20. But again, if you're a PC user, I'm sure, I wouldn't be surprised even if by the end of the stream somebody's done a mod for it already. So I've dropped a slight clanger here, haven't I, really, driving the Class 20 and doing it at night time, but it still looks pretty nice coming through the stations. Good evening, Concord, hope you're well. Get a proper view of it there briefly. I think it was Rivet Games, actually, dude. So I think, yeah, you've got to own that, haven't you? Luckily I do, but you've got to own the engineering pack for Glasgow, Edinburgh. Maybe, dude, maybe. Maybe that's the answer, yeah. Perhaps, say, Rivet have got the licensing for DRS, but Skyhook haven't. Such a complicated system, this DRS palaver. So I'm guessing we're 60 mile an hour for the entire journey, and that we're not actually going to get the higher speed limits. Actually, I mean, we probably shouldn't be turning the lights on, should we? But again, it's a good chance to see the cab properly. But it's nice the fact that it's been refreshed, remade. It's not just simply the Just Trains. It isn't just simply the original DTG Class 20 that was released for the Tees Valley line. Yeah, that's very true, actually. Yeah, car one would be lovely, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what as well, that I mean, apparently I mean, I think I can press it because I don't think anything happens. Yeah, nothing happens. But it did make me think of Father Ted and Dougal on the aeroplane, where he sees that button in the cabin, the plane. It's don't press it, whatever you do, and you can see his brain just honing in on the button. Yeah, it does. It's kind of like a lot more kind of cleaner and tidy, and much less grubby looking than the original Class 20. Plus you've got the GSMR all there. Crikey, that AWS was loud, wasn't it? Ah, excellent, Seb. Yeah, it's good fun, the RHTT. Feels like such a short train as well. Yes indeed, dude. Yeah. Hi Kane, yeah, hope you're well. Yeah, we'll have to make sure that the runs after what this are done in the daylight. Car crash simulator game, yeah, excellent, I like it. That sounds a bit like this subway thing that they're bringing out for the New York subway. I mean, I hope already, I mean, the one advantage, of course, that the ambassadors get over me is that they have the advanced copies, and they can there's been videos uploaded all day, so for some people it's probably already old news a little bit, this route coming out. I say all day, yesterday as well, wasn't it? Well, I don't know whether it helps having I've got God mode installed, but I don't know whether that actually makes the... I can't remember if that improves the sky or not. Feels as though we're just crawling along, really, doesn't it? Going along trundling along at 60 miles an hour, and we have Pendolinos racing by us at 125 miles an hour. Right, Kane. Not sure, to be honest. Possibly. You could certainly bring it into free roam mode. Might be something to consider. I'm not massively likely to get the chance, but yeah, I think it should definitely work on free roam mode. I don't think there's any timetable runs for it on East Coastway, as far as I know. Does that sound really weird to you? It sounds very strange on my headset. This is Burger House. Was that tree? No, Triggs, that's Berkhamsted, wasn't it? Ah, right. Yeah, I can imagine. Dude, I sometimes wonder how I've managed to get away with it, really. And I think back to the summer when it was hot. Yeah, it's a good shout there, actually. Yeah, it sounds really strange, doesn't it? Is that something that's just been peculiarly added for this route then? Or is it just the kind of a slightly weird installation on the Class 20? Right, now then, we've got a double yellow. Do you know, I've never driven, I think there's a Class 20 scenario with the original Class 20 on the Glossop line. I don't think I've ever driven it. Yes. Ah, right, yeah. I can't remember whether I put the 350 mode in. I wonder if you reinstall the 350 sound mod, whether it'd work. But yeah, that did sound very peculiar. Right, we're up to double yellow now. But it's quite nice to see the stars out as well, and you know, we've got some clouds in. It's not far off from being very, very dark, but not quite pitch black yet. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Yeah, fair enough. And I must admit, it took me an age to buy all these Cargoline packs, and I thought for a very long time that I wasn't massively interested, but then Amaze Taze kind of took me into the how good it is driving a freight train. Yeah, I think one or two people have commented about the price. But I think this is probably the first time that they have released Skyhook, one of these Cargoline packs with a train included as well. Because that's the beauty of it. You don't have to own the Class 20 already. Then this comes straight into it. Yeah, absolutely, Concord. That's the great thing, isn't it? So, you know, with having stuff like this, although there's a fair variety of freight you could do on West Coast Main Line over Shap, but the Class 90 is going to add some value to that as well. And hopefully, I mean, again, I can't see that coming out this side of Christmas, but all being well, that's going to be a absolutely lovely train to drive on freight runs. Yeah, I completely agree, dude. That's the thing, isn't it? It's quite good to do these runs and have, even when you're driving something else, to have this racing past you in AI. Which kind of reminds me, I mean, when I've done the West Coast Main Line runs, I've never really thought to drive the, say, the military timetable with it, but drive another train, but that would be the bonus of that. Oh, good evening, Scooby. Sorry, I've only just seen you. Yeah, graffiti feels so much interesting. And again, it's so lifelike nowadays. You just don't see freight wagons without them being laboured in graffiti. Yeah, I hope you're well, Scooby. You finally finished working. You had a busy old weekend. Was that all down to the stormy weather conditions then? I know you started off on the Goblin line and then you reported to us briefly on Sunday at you were at Finsbury Park, I think, weren't you? So let's get these brake. Ooh. Oh, it was an emergency then, wasn't it, briefly? That wasn't good. There we go, we're back going again. Oh, right, dude. I'll be honest with you. I mean, Josh very kindly provided me and Amaze Taze with the early access to it, and I haven't yet installed the version of Train Sim Community, so I must do that and double check actually, because hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll fit a run on that on Sunday. Ah, excellent, Scooby. Yeah, I was thinking really, what I meant was what you were doing with the track inspection, was it kind of, were you going out and about because of the previous bad weather, or was that just routine anyway? Yeah, definitely, Concord. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to doing one of those merry-go-round hopper runs. Oh, okay, yeah. I know Josh was saying on the Discord channel that he's working hard on version 1.1 of the mod, so that will be out pretty soon, I'm sure. Ah, okay, Scooby, right. Yeah. Busy old weekend for you, though, I'm guessing. I better keep an eye on these signals. I presume that we're going to be moved over, aren't we? Ah, excellent, dude. Yeah, just literally drive them, you know, as we're going along. Roughly, it doesn't have to be the exact time, but yeah, just post your score on the chat, and then I'll pop them up on the timetable at the end of the run. I've got to do a total as well for the week. I haven't got round to doing that yet, so I'll try and fit that in. I was having a bit of a ride last night on the Class 411 on the forcep on the new Hastings for Train Sim Classic, the version 2 of that from Tonbridge to Hastings. That was quite nice. But yeah, it'd be great, dude, if you could join us. This will be a nice little section here. We can see where it's lit up a little bit. I just love the rattle of freight trains, and I can remember that reminds me of being, well, not a very big age at all, but sort of remember watching. I was probably like 4 or 5 years of age, and I was a bit scared of freight trains. I used to call those the noisy trains. Imagine, I think I was a strange lad all round, because I didn't used to like going in fish and chip shops either, because I got frightened of when they put stuff in the fryer and you heard that whoosh sound. Oh, I liked how we held up that Pendolino coming over the points. I'm sure the Pendolino driver was a bit annoyed with us there. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, got many great memories growing up of being taken to see the trains, and that was really where I kind of fell in love with them at a very young age. Right, we're back into that mode where I'm kind of not on quite full throttle again, am I? We should be alright for building up speed. We're going downhill. I am Concord. Yeah, it seems a bit bizarre, doesn't it, to be routing onto the on the down fast line now. It's like surely we're holding up every Pendolino service that's going. Yeah, but yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new timetable as well. I wonder if I haven't got my brakes off again. Tell you what, let's go into off. Yeah, the dashboard does look lovely, doesn't it? But yeah, it's going to be great being able to do the 805 on Crew Birmingham. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a nice cab, and you know, the original Class 20 was really nice, but this is just adding something to it. But I think, I mean, I remember the, I think it was the 395 when it first came out, and that was really, you couldn't even make out the speedometer on the dashboard originally. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it'd be lovely if we could actually do Crewe to Stafford via Stoke. It's a strange old service, that one, because it started off as Crewe to London Euston going via Stoke and Stone. Then it got curtailed to Birmingham New Street, and then more recently it's been Crewe Stafford. And I think the only Crewe Birmingham New Streets now are the ones that come from Liverpool Lime Street, and of course you've got the Crewe London Eustons, but they go via the Trent Valley line. Yeah, I've not tried Crewe Birmingham at night time yet. I think Amaze Taze was saying that that's really nice. It's like the invisible train, isn't it? I think we're basically downhill now, aren't we, to Milton Keynes? I think the old saying used to be, once you were past Tring, it's more or less downhill most of the way for miles and miles from there. Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people have mentioned about the 730. I mean, it's one of those trades. It's not the end of the world if we don't get a 730, but it would also, again, add to the realism of the present route and would make it feel really up to date then. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And yet you still kind of feel as though the 350 is state of the art, very modern train. Although, again, you know, you're going back. I don't know. It's not. We're going back at least 15 years, I think, aren't we, since the 350s were introduced? Yeah, it'd be lovely if DTG could get to grips with this licensing nonsense with London North Western Railway. And I think, you know, we know they have West Midlands trains on the local services in Birmingham. but not the LNWR. And it's weird because it's basically the same company, and I think Matt clarified that recently and said that they definitely don't have the license to do both at the moment. Yeah, and Mace Taze was saying it seems to be some little weird oddity. For some reason, we've got this odd sound going on with the 350s, but only uniquely to this this timetable. Yeah, I think there is a there's a London Midlands Creators Club version, isn't there? It's such a strange sound, that is. Good evening, Rachel. Yeah, hope you're well. Yes, we're on something quite old school here with the Class 23. And evening, Peter. Oh, that sounds good. I'm sure the thing is sometimes you must feel as though that's weird. We're routing back onto the slow lines again now. There must be a thing sometimes about, you know, if you've been driving lorries, about not wanting to then spend your evening driving trains, I would imagine. I wonder if they ever had to press that panic button in real life. Yeah, I've seen a couple, Rachel. I was looking to see if they got the DRS one in, but I don't think, certainly just before I started, nobody had done it anyway at that time. But yeah, there's some ones that have been done already. So did you ever drive the Class 20 in real life, Rachel? Yeah, well, amazing might be one word for it, dude. Yeah, I've seen the GBRF one, and then there's I can't remember, there's some sort of cement works. Begins with B, doesn't it? But I can't remember what it is now. What is our signal ahead, by the way? As we come towards Bletchley. Ah, right, never had the chance. Yeah, I think Sellafield had a recycling plant, didn't they? So this is supposed to be working from Dungeness to Sellafield, and obviously in Cumbria, and I think they had a recycling plant. love it. You don't get senile pensioners in a Honda Jazz pulling out in front of you when you're at 56 mile an hour with 3 tons on the back. Yes, I can well imagine, mate. I'm almost getting bonfire night vibes with this stars in the sky with this run. There you go, that's a lovely view. Oh, we've got a 350 coming back. Funnily enough, they don't sound quite as weird, the 350s, from the outside view. Yeah, but I bet you don't drive like one, Rachel, though. You've I reckon you wouldn't be one like that. But as I recall, I mean, I'm no scientist by no stretch of the imagination, dude, but I think the nuclear recycling plant, I think, was quite controversial. Yeah, well, not on this add-on Concorde, but it seems a bit weird, the sounds. I don't know whether it's particularly sounds weird through my headset, but I think Amaze Tay said it seems to be unique to this particular add-on. But perhaps the somebody needs to update the sound packs, maybe. Excellent. My mum was a bit like that, to be honest. We had a Zafira once that was in later years when after my dad had his accident and he was in a wheelchair, but we used to go about and take him about in the Zafira, and my mum would be at traffic lights and she'd zoom off into the distance. No, I've never seen the station, dude. I've been to Sellafield a couple of times. We went round on an open day with school. I'm saying a couple of times, only once thinking about it, but we went round the there on a bit of an open day thing. Be yeah, lovely nighttime vibes about this route. I mean, we did that Pendolino run the other day, and this was a similar time of day, but this just seems somehow a bit more. Oh, I didn't quite mean to stop there. Ah, right, excellent, Rachel. Right, tell you what, let's get the throttle off and then power up this way. Alright, see what we're doing here. The brakes are off. I broke it. General fault. Do. Right. Hang on then. What shall we do? Right, so when we, hang on, tell you what, let's put some brakes on. Oh, is that what it is? An AWS penalty at this speed? That's ridiculous. Mind you, I suppose I was coming in a bit fast, wasn't I? Yeah, I never thought of that. Right, okay, fair enough. So perhaps we need... Do we need to reset the AWS then? Here we go. Or do we need to go into emergency and then release, don't we, I think? Yeah, panic! Ah! Yeah, I think it did, didn't it? I'm trying to reset it, that's the issue. Now, why is my brakes not coming off? Train override. Is that one of these things? No. Yeah, I think that's what I've pressed, isn't it? Well, it let me do that, Scooby. I never thought of that. It's releasing the brakes, isn't it? That's the issue. Ah, okay. Well thinking, that man. I like that, Peter. Thank you for hitting the panic button in your Class 20. Your call is important to us and we will transfer you to the next available operator. Right, I think we're going to be alright now. There we are. I mean, actually, now we've done it, we've probably... Yeah, good call, Scooby. Right, that should do us. There we go. Well, that was absolutely lovely, apart from the ending bit. But there we go. So that was that. So we'll do the usual thing. We'll cut out on the game. But yeah, great suggestion, Scooby. I would not have thought of that. So you got us out of trouble there. So I'll load the game back up in a second. Just a very, very quick advert, and then we'll have a go on Preston Carlisle. I think in a class 47 next. Oh, I know, Scooby. Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed you will get there one day. Certainly don't give up trying, because I'm sure it would be the dream job for you. I think you said before that the opportunity doesn't come around all that often, but hopefully it will come right for you. Yeah, I like that, Peter. That's kind of the thing. It makes me laugh that they've got this panic button in there, because for the life of me, if you were in that sort of situation where you needed to press it, then I can't see what the remotest point of it would be. You're obviously going to alert people, but surely it's a bit too late by then. Right, so let's try West Coast Main Line Over Shap. There it is. So again, nuclear timetable. So we'll do it in the daytime this time, and you can see what's going on. So I think the idea is we do this in the 47. We need to make sure we select one of these nuclear services. I mean, they're fairly short actually, aren't they? But they are Carnforth to Morecambe, so about 15 minutes. Ah, right, excellent, Rachel. Yeah, I'll have a look over the next few days and get some of the reskins in. Ah, great, Scooby. Yeah. Well, the thing is, March will be here before we know it. But yeah, keep practicing, keep it all up, and hopefully it will become a thing. And then you might get to the point where you're not so bothered about the stream any longer, because you'll be more interested in driving the real things. So in theory, to begin with, it looks fairly similar. So we've got a Mark 1 BG carriage there. Then we've got two of these nuclear wagons here this time. 47426 on the rear. And 47454 on the front. Now let's get things set up. So I think I'm right in saying that I don't think the DRS works on this one, does it? Can't see what I'm doing here with this thing. Oh, it's there, isn't it? What will that do? I can't remember how you do it now. Hang on. I don't think I've done that right, have I? Hang on, let's do this again. Oh, it's kind of there, isn't it? That's it. There we go. I like it, Peter, yeah. Yes, I remember we had a client who was working on Hinkley Point, but it was at the very early stages, and you know, sort of being in the insurance business, my boss was saying, look, don't get massively worried about the fact that he's working on a power station. It's just a heap of soil at the moment, and it's going to be like that for some time to come. Does the DSD work on this? I'm not 100% sure. I know it does on the West Somerset one, but does it definitely work on the Just Trains one? I know there's one where it doesn't actually function. We'll try putting it on anyway, and then if the brakes come on randomly, then we'll know it's an issue. No, I don't think it works. If you press shift and enter, it doesn't come on. But I'm sure I read somewhere it was only on the West Somerset Railway 47 that the DSD works properly yet. Yes, indeed, Mr. Crossfield. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, what we tend to do is, if there's something new coming out, as there is here, then we like to give it a whirl. So this is brand new for tonight. This is the Cargoline Nuclear Pack. So these are the nuclear waste wagons. And you will remember well that we used to have a Class 47 at each end of the train. I'll try it. I've got a suspicion it's broke on this. On this version of it. We've put that on anyway. We've done that side, so that's where the DSD would be, isn't it? Right, so brakes are off. Speeding already with 10 miles an hour. Yes, indeed. Yes, Peter is does really well with his. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Brake selector, battery isolation switch. Is that it? That's the cab light. So I don't know whether we got a panic button in this one. I think I've done that, Rachel, already. I've done that little handle. You mean that one there, don't you? I've already done that. Right, we need to get a bit of power on here, I think. Right, so hang on. Throttle off. We're grinding to a halt here, folks. Yes, I am, Mr. Crossfield. Yeah, that's when we get moving anyway. Just 2 seconds. Yeah, I think you're right, Rachel. Yeah. Ah, I'm just being a bit too impatient, aren't I, with the brakes? That's all. Brakes aren't fully off. Yeah, Rachel is our resident retired train driver, Lee. I've no idea what I'm doing here. Let's try. Right, we'll put ourselves back into forward. Oh yes, that was it. Yeah, that was when I was trying to. Yes, thank you, Scooby. That's better. Right, we have life again. That was messing about trying to get this DSD going. But I'm pretty sure anyway that it doesn't work on the Just Trades ones. So I think this is only a short 15-minute run or so to Morecambe. No worries, Rachel. I know you're only trying to get us to do it as accurately as possible. I would imagine so. I would imagine so, Lee. Yeah, definitely. Now, the train that you haven't seen, I was just driving an old Class 20 before, and that was specially built to carry these nuclear wagons. So that had actually got a thing on it called the panic button. There's a big red button on there, and it doesn't obviously do anything in the game, but I'm not totally sure what would happen if you pressed it though in real life, but I presume all hell would let loose and all the either everybody would turn up or nobody would go near with a barge pole maybe. But I put a video up on from the YouTube channel on the Discord, but I'm sure many of you will remember, but in real life British Rail crashed a Class 46 in a demonstration, and they had a Class 46 and 2 or 3 Mark 1 carriages crashing into one of these wagons just to prove that even after the explosion and the sheer force of the train hitting the wagon, that it was still completely intact afterwards. As you can see, it's not the longest formation that we've had. Yeah, it was on the news. It was really, really well trailed and talked about, wasn't it, at the time? And sort of having a bit of an interest in trains at the time, it was amazing to see. I think there was some people who said it was a little bit on the fixed side, that it wasn't really a proper test, but you know, I'm sure only the experts could tell about that. Yeah, that must be because of the nuclear waste. Yeah, I think you're. Are you thinking we're into Only Fools and Horses now, aren't we? I like that. Very good. You had me panicking briefly for a second. I thought, oh, hang on a minute, have we got a problem? Very good. We just need Trigger and his 24-hour waste disposal unit. Well, I should be slowing down to 15 here. I was a bit lax with me braking. I think we're going to be going slightly over the 15 over these points. Yeah, that was Peter, yeah. And, you know, I mean, there's loads of videos about it on YouTube anyway, but I just put a link on the Discord channel with somebody's video of it. But, yeah, it's years since I've watched it, but immediately when they talked about this pack coming out, I was immediately intrigued by that. I know, Scooby, yeah, the point did cross my mind. Are the sounds better, by the way, Rachel, in this version of the 47? I know you weren't massively impressed by the sounds on the West Somerset Railway 47. Are these... I mean, it sounds better to my ears, but, you know, having driven the things in real life, you'll know a lot better than me. Yeah, absolutely, Peter. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. We're only driving a nuclear train. Absolutely right, mate. Very good. So I'll be a bit more prepared for this 15 to come. Are we supposed to be, in reality, we'd be taking this down to Haysham, I think, wouldn't we, in real life? And I think I'm right in saying the track's actually laid, isn't it? But they haven't got scenery up there. I've not been down it. Yeah, you're still waiting for the perfect see if we can get down to 15 this time. Oh, very good, very good. You're on form. Never been to Morecambe, actually. I know my sister's been there quite a few times. Oh, you shouldn't be, Rachel. I did select the one advert, but it should be on. On manual. I might need to have a look. I'll have a look when we get to the other end of the route. Oh, right, that seems strange. Oh yes, all the puns coming out. Very good. But I don't know about, we're not quite feeling the power though at the moment, are we? Yeah, I don't think I could have made a nuclear physicist, that's for sure. Don't have the brains. Has anybody else been having the adverts then during the stream tonight? Oh well, there we go. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it shouldn't be set up for regular adverts anyway. It's only set up the way I always do the streams. Ah, even better, Peter. Yeah, well chosen. Ah, right, okay. Right, must be some nuance then there. That's weird then, isn't it? Ah, right, okay. Right, so yeah, definitely something about that then. Right, I see. So coming into to Morecambe, so I presume in real life this train would reverse out and then go towards Heysham. Oh, there we go. Oh, you're showing off your knowledge there then. Very good. Very good, Peter, yeah. Ah, good evening, Merseyrail Train Simulator Classic. How are you? And how are you getting on with your route building? And good evening, Dominic, as well. Oh, I'm jealous of that for your getting the chocolate orange out. Very partial for a chocolate orange. Well, that was a very nice run. Just quickly as well, whilst we're here, I always like to look around as well. See, it doesn't look that much of a dub, Peter, surely. You've even got the illuminations out there ready. Although I think it's changed a little bit, because this is kind of like mid-80s, isn't it, that this particular route is set. Then you've got the roller coaster over there as well, past the allotments. Yeah, I suppose you look as though from some of your YouTube videos that you've laid a lot of track, and I suppose you're just in the business now of putting in all the scenery, which I know would be a massive job in its own right. So we'll do the usual thing. We'll close down the game. So we will insert one little advert in before we move on to the next part. We'll have a look at the Riviera line then now, and we can drive a DRS Class 66. Yeah, so yes, that's how you'd like it then, Peter, I guess. I've literally never been to Morecambe. Yeah, you can't beat a Class 66. It must have been easier to drive than the 47, although I suspect Rachel won't agree with you there, because that's her favourite train. But yeah, thanks, by the way, Dominic. I barely said hello to you, but thanks for joining us. And yeah, you can have a look back at what we've done so far once we finish. So I think what we'll probably do, because I was kind of setting out to do a couple of hours, so we've kind of nearly done that. So we'll have a go with the Class 66 on Riviera line, and then we'll probably call it a day after that. But I was a bit delighted to see that the 66 was already in, because when we looked at the announcement that was made, the preview for it, I kind of got the feeling that the 66 might not be available instantly to drive on it, so that's a bit of a bonus. So Riviera line, and then you scroll down all these loads of 66s, because of course we've got the all those Spratty Heath ones included as well. Absolutely tons and tons of them. But it's the Edinburgh Glasgow that you need. Yeah, I've seen those old 502s. And again, there's a version of it on Train Sim Classic with the old units that you can drive. And we probably aren't going to do the whole run here because it's something like an hour and 7 minutes. So I'll tell you what, we'll do. We'll start off from Exeter St David's, and we'll change it to summertime, and then we can see what we're doing. So at least we'll get the chance to go past the coast. So we'll probably do a full run on this on Sunday, I'm guessing. So which did you prefer, Peter? What did you prefer, the older trains or the were you a fan of the 507s as well? Yeah, I remember you saying before, Merseyrail. I didn't know about your father, actually. Yeah, that'll be a lovely tribute to him, and I think there'll be an absolute load of people who'd be delighted to play on that when it comes out. But I know there's loads of hard work involved in that. So I'll put the freight brakes on. I'm not going to bother with the train length on this. Feel a bit lazy. One of these days I'll remember how you do it. So we're still on the passenger, aren't we? There we go, that's it. F2 updates it, doesn't it? Yeah, perfect. Yes, of course, Scooby. I've got that downloaded, actually. I must give that a try. Right, we'll try and find the train in a minute. Where's it gone? There it is. That looks pretty tidy, doesn't it? So again, we've got a couple of these nuclear flask wagons again. We've got a Mark 2F and then another 66 on the back. Well, I was a bit the same like Dominic, to be honest, and it wasn't really until Amaze Tays got me into it. Have I put the AWS on, by the way? I can't remember. Yeah, we have now anyway. Sort of Amaze Tay's got me really into driving the 66, and massively enjoyed it. I can remember saying on the first couple of streams that I wasn't overly sure whether I'd actually complete the runs on them, but evening again, Concord. Yeah, they were kind of like, they were slightly ugly looking on the outside, I would say, the 502s, but yeah, I can imagine. I mean, the old trains like that just had a great degree of comfort that you just don't get on modern trains. Ah, excellent, Scooby. You see people with all sorts of stuff that they've put together. So we'll perhaps go on this for maybe, I don't know, 15-20 minutes or so, and at least we'll go past the seawall at Dawlish and we'll have a look. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we'll definitely do a full run on this anyway. Amaze Tays. I think an hour on this will be certainly the order of the day. I like it. Yeah, I mean, there's slightly before my time, really. I've seen the pictures, and I love the fact that there is one on Train Sim Classic that you could drive. Oh yeah, good point, Scooby. I get tired after a day's work, Scooby. It's hard to put your full powers of concentration into these things. Yeah, absolutely. And the old version, the backdated Mersey Rail, is quite a good route as well. Very much enjoyed a couple of the runs I've done on that, and I know that also it's a big route as well. You can go all the way down to Chester and all sorts on that route. And I don't know whether you heard me mention earlier, Scooby, but I was driving the Class 411 last night. I've recorded a video that hopefully will go out in the next couple of nights, but there's a new Train Sim Classic upgraded route at the Hastings line, so 1066 line, Tonbridge to Hastings. So driving the old 411s as well is always a joy, but that's been upgraded with new foliage, enhanced signalling, and custom made stations as well all along the route. So it was pretty good before, but it's even better now. I know. I think I mean, some people might say it's a little bit niche, Peter, but I think that there'll be a lot of people that would be really happy to see the Merseyrail network on Train Sim World. Yeah, I think so, Dominic. Yeah, it should be imminent. Again, with all these releases, it's kind of like, well, will it be this side of Christmas or will it be after Christmas? But it shouldn't be too far off. No, well, obviously, of course, what you do in Merseyrail is for Train Sim Classic, isn't it? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's certainly not perfect. That's by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I love the 305s. Well, for my area, of course, around the Stoke area, it was always 304s, and they were really day-to-day common sight between Manchester, Piccadilly and Stafford, and you saw them at Crewe and all about the northwest, really, the 304s. And again, going back to Train Sim Classic, but we've got that what's it, is it? It's kind of like Skipton to Leeds, I think it is, but I saw a 308 on that in recent times, so hopefully we'll be able to drive that pretty soon as well. Yes indeed, yeah. And again, that's a route that people would love to see. I mean, there is I can't remember the name of the man now, Scott something or Broadwood, something like that. I think he's actually built for Train Sim Classic London Fenchurch Street to Shoeburyness. Although I know LTS is London Tilbury and Southend, that's right, isn't it? Or is the S Shoeburyness? And he's done that years ago. He finished it years ago, but he won't release it unless he gets it released as a payware route, and I think he's had a load of trouble getting it into that state. But again, it's another route that seems to get asked for a lot. Yeah, I think you're right. You're right, Merseyrail. Yeah. You know, don't get me wrong. I love the stuff that comes out, and you know, this being a prime example. But I think less and less of it's coming out from Dovetail Games now. It's generally third-party add-ons. Yeah, and of course Rachel was talking about the she used to drive the 306s, wasn't she, on Sunday? Yeah, I know, Dominic, that's the thing, isn't it? And there's always that feeling that trains are not as exciting as they used to be. Yeah, I think you're right, Concord, yeah. I mean, as Amaze Taze has said, and he said at the time on the roadmap stream, cracky, that was a big stutter, he predicted that Unreal Engine will be on Train Sim World in a couple of years' time, and that this is basically a bit of a test bed. I mean, I think Matt Pedalston shut down the talk a little bit on that, but you can kind of imagine that's the case, and eventually, I know in the past they've said it isn't possible, but if they can find a way of releasing the stock, all the DLC onto Unreal Engine 5, then surely it's going to be a massive bonus for everybody. Absolutely, Peter, yeah. Yeah, I'm really glad that this the timetable for Riviera Line came out at the same time as well. Yes, I know what you're saying, Concord. Yeah, I've heard lots of things about the those Medway towns around sort of Chatham, Rochester, and so on. Even Faversham, maybe. I mean, it sounds the most poshest place you've ever heard of, but I'm not sure it actually is. I've still got some brakes on there, have I? Yeah, me too. Hopefully not. You kind of want it to be a completely separate team and a completely separate side project. I mean, we're sort of in the realms of kind of thinking now. We know that the 805's coming out, and we don't know yet when Just Trains are going to release Crew to Preston. We know they've got the Cardiff City Network new timetable with the green pacer and stuff, but beyond that there's nothing, is there? We don't know what else is coming out in the new year. We'll look forward. Okay, there's Great Western Express remaster at some point if it ever materialises, and we've got the Richmond extension to North London line as well. Yeah, that's the key thing, isn't it? That really is the key thing. And I guess what they're doing a little bit at the moment with this New York subway thing is they're kind of experimenting with it, trying to get used to it, and then trying to work out exactly how they can ultimately put it into the game. I'll tell you what, this run should be fairly straightforward with the dynamic HUD, really, because I don't think we're ever allowed to go above 60 miles an hour, are we? There is, Dominic. I've not installed it. I'm not 100% sure how good it looks. I've seen the pictures of it, so but there is a mod available that I don't think it completely sends water crashing over the track, but I think it certainly sends a little bit of water up in the air. But I've not made up my mind yet whether it's just whether it's a gimmick or whether it's worth doing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking from the pictures. I was kind of thinking that if it's done to a really high standard, and don't get me wrong, I'm not criticising whoever's created it, because you know, it's done for free and fantastic that he's been able to get the game to do it, but hopefully he can improve it a little bit. I haven't put in the Riviera enhancement pack either yet, because I was a bit worried about. I was thinking, well, if it's another enhancement pack that goes in, will it massively detract on the frame rates? But if it doesn't, I'll get it installed. Again, it's a good train to be driving through Dawlish. You get a really good view of it, don't you? And particularly driving it here on a summer's day. Yeah, I think I will get it installed, because it's I think it's the first version of it as well, isn't it? So yeah, sounds good. Yeah, there's got to be a new route announced round about that time, because realistically, whether that then comes out in, you know, probably, I don't know, March, April time, then there has to be something. Because I'm guessing that if Crew Preston doesn't come out in December, then it's got to be fairly early on in the new year. But then there's got to be something really, really compelling and exciting to look forward to into the spring. So I'd be utterly amazed if there wasn't a UK route announcement. I mean, probably the most likely candidate for producing a London third rail route would be Johannes. Yeah, it would be brilliant, Peter. I remember Amaze Taze and me talking about this when the route was announced. We both said we'd love to be able to see that happening, because it's such an iconic thing that you've seen photos of, you've seen it on the news, you've seen it happening, as you say, every year, and not maybe as dramatic as the Great Storm that time, but you've certainly seen it happen. Yeah, that would be. I would quite like the East London line. I think that section of line where it goes along the High Street at Shoreditch and over the through Shoreditch High Street and all that sort of area, through the across on the viaducts, is quite interesting. And he's already done a part of it anyway. That's a good question. I know what the answer will be, but I'll let you say it, Scooby. That was a lovely view as well, going past all the boats. I mean, it's definitely going to be a thing at some point. We are going to get, quite certain we will get the East Coast Main Line south, and I'm sure we will get the Great Eastern Main Line at some point. Yeah, let's hope so. Seems to be a lot of people speculating that the Firefly people, including Forks and Bell, Jetwash, that they're doing the Wherry lines. There seems to be some thinking behind that. I mean, personally, I've always found the Wherry lines to be a little bit on the slightly on the boring side, because it's fairly slow, and it's completely flat, obviously being the Fenlands, but maybe it'd look more beautiful on Train Sim World. Yeah, that's a call you made before, haven't you? And I've said I would agree with that. I'd love that. Deltics, HSDs, and yeah, loads of the old diesels. And of course, most of the old diesels is already on there. I mean, that might be even some sort of plan that Just Trains might fancy getting their hands into. Because we don't even know, you know, have they finished their Crewe Preston route? In which case, I mean, I know I believe Tom's on holiday at the moment, and I guess they might be starting on their next route pretty soon after. Shows how you get better peripheral vision on this Class 66. I can't even remember realising that there was water on the other side. Yeah, it is true. It is about time that the east of England got a route of some description. And again, it's probably true to say I would play a lot more than I would in Train Sim. In Train Sim Classic. I suppose if they did that modern day, who knows? We might get the diesel version of the Flirt. Is that the 755, I think, isn't it? I didn't mention to you whilst he was on the stream, but my friend who was on earlier on, Lee Crossfield, I've known since school days. We've been lifelong friends, and he's not nowadays a massive train geek, but he used to go train spotting with me back in the day, and he still loves travelling on the train. Probably not as interested nowadays to the same degree that I am, but he still enjoys them. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. I think it's just kind of semi-boring, really. I mean, I haven't got a massive affiliation with the Great Eastern Main Line, but there's something about that stretch out of Liverpool Street going towards Stratford and then onto Ipswich and, you know, Norwich, if they did the whole route, which I do love. And I kind of was really excited when that route was first released for Microsoft Train Simulator. Well, I don't think I've tried it yet on TSW6, to be honest, Dominic. But you kind of know how it works with the game, that I think somebody joked back in August, well, don't expect that they will necessarily DTG fix the old bugs, but there's about to be some new ones. Well, my problem is I tend to come across a red signal that I keep thinking is amber. I must admit, I can't help thinking it's actually worse having the mod installed. I might try taking that signal colour light mod out. I think I can actually work it out better as it was before the mod was installed. If somebody could do a mod that really made a yellow signal look yellow, and you could really tell the difference between yellow and red, then I'd be delighted. Yeah, definitely. There's kind of a load of interesting eras for the Great Eastern Main Line. That would be a good era. Even the era before that would be good, with if you got the 86s, and Scooby was mentioning the 305s, the 302s, even the 306s possibly, and you could throw in some diesels for things like the Harwich runs. That was the period that Making Tracks had when they brought out the game. They actually fitted in 315s and 317s as well, and 321, so it was like that transitionary period. And then the period before that, when it was sort of diesel north of Colchester's interesting as well. Yeah, probably. But there's something quite nice about the flirts as well. So even the modern day, I wouldn't be hugely upset by. But I just think that we just have to have it put in at some point, don't we? You know, I'm in danger of getting to Plymouth, aren't I, at this rate? The other, yes, of course, the other EMU that I didn't mention, of course, the 309, the old Clacton units, which again I'd love to have a little drive on. Yeah, definitely, Peter. Do you mean the of course there's two possibilities there, either the one that goes via the Hope Valley, or there's the old Woodhead line that goes to or used to go to Sheffield Victoria. Both would be interesting. I mean, them 76s were ugly old trains, but and get speeding a bit now. Oh, we need to get some brakes on. We are going downhill, aren't we? We're into that kind of tricky section now. I quite like the Aventras. I love driving the 710 on the Goblin line. Yeah, I mean, Hope Valley's lovely, and I mean, even the Train Sim Classic version of that route is a piece of magnificence. They really captured that feel as you go across the Peak Districts. Beautifully done, but it would look absolutely stunning in Train Sim World. And yeah, Woodhead again would be one for the nostalgia buffs anyway. And again, there's probably a limited chance that they might do it, because as Concord was saying, they probably, you know, nowadays they tend to more gear a little bit towards their modern day audience. I suppose we have to face it that the vast majority of the train enthusiasts just, it's a bit like, I don't know, personally I think that growing up there are trains that you remember and that you enjoyed, and that's what you're excited about. And I guess for the modern enthusiasts, they just like the present trains. But yeah, Hope Valley would be stunning. And yeah, cheers, Scooby. Yeah, I must admit I'm going on probably a bit longer than I expected. To be fair, it is 5 to 7 minutes to 10, isn't it? Oh crikey, I've just realised Scotland have qualified for the World Cup. They've beaten Denmark 4-2, so they're in the World Cup for the first time since 1998. Maybe that's why Andrew isn't tuning in tonight. But yeah, thanks for joining us as ever, Scooby. Much appreciated. Yeah, always enjoy the chat and the company, and we'll see you on Sunday. It's easier driving this 66 down the hill than it is with the 802. Yeah, I probably will have to call it a day myself fairly soon. I suppose I better think about getting off to bed. But I think everybody can agree that this nuclear pack is quite interesting, and again it just adds that bit of variety and interest to the game, which is kind of what it's all about. And we have I think it was Tyler who created the timetable for the Riviera line, didn't he? So I think he purposefully made sure that this nuclear pack would slot straight into the game, which is great to see. Yeah, I can imagine, Rachel. And I know Amaze Taze is a massive fan of the container workings, and I know he was absolutely thrilled when Josh produced the 2019 OTS timetable, and then suddenly we had full-length container trains on the go, which is we'd not seen that before. I think there was an issue with the original 66 where it wasn't even possible to do, and then suddenly we had 32 container full-length freight services, which was fantastic. Do you feel as though the game manages the physics well in terms of driving the freight liners? Push this a bit harder now, can't we? We're getting uphill at the end of the day. Yeah, that is true, isn't it? That would be interesting in that region again, with a bit of the southwestern main line. Oh, excellent, yeah. Take the 66 off, put the 47. Physics could be a bit better, yeah. Yeah, I must admit that, I mean, the only thing I'm probably guilty of with all these packs, and absolutely love driving them, but I haven't fully probably explored and expanded and used them completely yet in every capacity. And be good to get, you know, more variety in, really. I mean, I am conscious sometimes, I know with the live streams on the Sunday, you know, we can be a little bit of a one-trick pony, because I'm, you know, very often doing the same route. So it's just trying and add a bit of variety and just to keep the interest going. But yeah, many congratulations to Skyhook for producing these Cargoline packs. Yeah, it's a good point. I might have to make a note of that, Amaze Taze, because you know what I'm like. I've got brain like a sieve, really. So T train question mark, and then I'll look at it in a few days thinking, what on earth am I getting on about T for? Yeah, I think the free roam's a great feature. I mean, there has been a bit of a bug sometimes in that not every train starts up and works in free roam, but probably most of the newer stuff does. I know the 33, for example, doesn't work properly in free roam on all the routes. Yes, indeed. Yes, I've jotted it down. I could do it, try and get the scores up as well from earlier in the week. Yeah, I think There is a simulator, Dominic. I forget which one it's called now, but SimRail is it? But the idea is, I think the trouble is, to me, it looks a bit boring because it's essentially a very long Polish route, but with a load of different trains. But you've kind of got multiplayer a little bit, and you can actually have somebody that operates the signals. But I don't know how much it's really took off. Yeah, all right, night Concord. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, thanks for joining us. See you on Sunday. Yeah, I think it's probably just some of the older trains. I remember just having a problem with the 33, which doesn't seem to work, but that's a very, very old loco. I mean, I haven't yet tried the 802, for example, on Great Western Express in electric mode. I mean, the thing that I do love about the free roam mode, and this is again something that is incomprehensible in Train Sim Classic, but the fact that you can just slot it into the timetable. So it's not like in Train Sim Classic you put one train in the timetable and that's the only thing you'll see, but in Train Sim World you put the train in, you see all the other trains around you in the timetable. So it's just like an extra service, and you could still get held at signals and behave the way other trains operate. So I'm a bit, one thing that on the same vein of thought as well, a bit worried about this signal delay feature that they talked about in August for TSW6. It seems to have just been quietly forgotten about. I wonder if they've just decided it's going to cause too many complications in the timetable, but it was supposed to be one of the big new things, that you might get a different experience driving the same run every time, but it's certainly not been mentioned since, has it, as far as I know? People seem to have forgotten completely about that. Oh yes, Peter, I've only just seen you. Yeah, yes indeed. Yeah. Yeah, you're sitting in the cab, and you get a passenger trying to open the door and come up to do some nastiness because you're running a bit late. The only thing that would be quite nice in free roam is if you could actually set up from the very start all the stations that you're stopping at, and then it would kind of make it complete. Yeah, well, that's the good thing about free roam, because you are an extra service, aren't you? And so you can get held up by the signals. And sometimes that's just terrific fun, because you don't always want to be the priority on the line, and providing you're not like me and you can actually see the red signals when you're approaching it, then it adds some fun to it. Yeah, I know about the waypoints, and that kind of works, doesn't it? But it'd be quite nice, personally speaking. Anyway, it'd be nice if you could put all the stops you were doing at the very start of the run, and then you haven't got to mess about with it too much as you're going. I mean, I suppose you can do with the straight off, but there could be a slightly slicker way of doing it. Yeah, fair enough for Maestays, yeah. I quite understand, yeah. It is getting late, isn't it? But yeah, thanks as ever for joining us, and yeah, see you on Sunday, and yeah, have a good night's sleep. I've just got to the stage now where I'm thinking, well, we're so close to Plymouth, I might as well complete the run. Yeah, there's a few nice things that it'd be good if they could work on, like the Creators Club as well. Absolutely brilliant resource, and there's loads and loads of reskins that have been done and all sorts of stuff that goes on there, but it'd be just so much easier if you could find it. I mean, Scooby's a good example of that. You know, he's done all these great reskins, and then it's, where are they? I can't find it, and it takes a load of faffing about. Yeah, I think seeing as though I've got to within 12 miles of Plymouth, I might as well finish off the run now, hadn't I? I always get carried away, don't I, with these live streams. I was going to be, oh, we'll just do a nice little short one just for a couple of hours, and here we are getting into the third hour. Yeah, some lovely reskins and some very talented people out there. I mean, we did the Poppy line livery for the 710 the other week, and I noticed somebody's done a really nice Poppy livery for the Pendolino as well. Yeah, it does. The only slight criticism with the reskins is I'd love to be able to select it for a certain route. So the 158's a good example. You kind of download the northern 158, which slots in nicely with Manchester Airport commuter route, but you've then got it popping up all over the place. Ah, fantastic, Dominic. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, thanks for joining us as ever. Much appreciated. And yeah, it's been a nice look at this first pack, at this, I'm going to call it the military line pack, then the nuclear pack. But yeah, thanks for the company again. Ah, excellent. Yeah, I think there's all sorts of great liveries. You know, some fictional ones as well, and you know, I don't mind that either. A bit of artistic license doesn't go amiss here and there. And I bet the 802 drives like a dream in with the pantograph up as well on AC mode. I've not tried that yet. I mean, I don't know whether I'll get round to it, but I was thinking about at some point I must do a full Paddington to Paignton run, and again it'd need Train Sim Classic from Reading to Exeter St David's, but there's a pretty decent Just Trains route that covers that section. Ah, brilliant, yeah. Ah, excellent. I kind of missed with it, with all the chat and this, that, and the other. I kind of missed out on the fact that you'd actually bought it. But yeah, brilliant. Yeah, they look nice, and I'm quite sure that come Sunday we will definitely already have DRS in there as well for the Class 20s. Yeah, it's probably a little foretaste of what the 805s are going to be like, because I think all aboard studios have provided the sounds for the 802, and of course they made the 805. Well, there is that, Peter. Yeah, I kind of did Paddington to Penzance with a video, but I only did the Train Sim World bit. So I did Paddington to what did I do? Paddington to Reading, and then St Austell to Penzance. But then I took the train back. I think I then took HSD back up to St Earth, and then the DMU on to St Ives. Yeah, I mean, I'll be totally honest. When Avanti first took over the West Coast mainline licence, I mean, even the Pendolinos, I thought, well, just looked wrong to me. I'm so used to seeing a Pendolino in Virgin livery, and it was Richard Branson that introduced it all. It just didn't look right at all. I thought, I can't get on with this Avanti livery, and I've completely changed my mind over the years, and now I think that the Avanti livery looks lovely. Just wish I wish the ticket prices were a bit cheaper, mine. But I'll be very much a happy camper if we get announcements throughout West Coast Mainline South as well, and if we could perhaps introduce a few more passengers at the ghostly Euston that we have now. And I don't know whether that's a possibility because of the fact it's already struggling obviously on the consoles, but it'd be great if we could get announcements at Euston on the platforms. That would really add to the atmosphere. You can't help wondering in real life if this service, whether surely they'd have held us in some sidings somewhere, wouldn't they? We'd be holding up every mainline train going, trundling along at 60 mile an hour. Surely it wouldn't have been a straight through run. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that must be incredible actually, and you know, for life as well, which is brilliant. Well, we can enjoy driving them on the game though. I mean, I think I've said before, but I've done first class a couple of times from Leeds to London, and quite enjoyed it really. I didn't really feel it was massively uncomfortable. But I'm still hoping to do a 91 at some point, Leeds to King's Cross, which I've yet to do. And contractions as well. That was good. I love these typos like that. Absolutely, and that's the fun of playing the game, though, isn't it? You know, you really do feel, particularly with Train Sim World, as though you really are at the helm, and you know, Rachel knows what it's like, the excitement and the thrill of driving it for real, but this is the next best thing. And you know, we are, for all its bugs, for all its issues, it is sometimes, it's almost photorealistic as you're going along. Yeah, I know, it's a good point. They're not going to be around for too much longer, are they? And I think it was a great idea by LNER as well, to more or less put them into the old livery as well. I think that was a fantastic idea. I mean, I can still remember, and you've probably heard me mention this loads of times, but I can remember that Channel 4 Equinox programme, which came out just before the first train was released at Crew Works, and they took you through the whole development of the 91s and the Mark 4 carriages, and brilliant programme. And I think it's on YouTube now, but I think I recorded it on video at the time and watched it about 5 times. But I still feel as though the 91s are new trains. Yeah, I think we might as well make it into Plymouth now. Only a couple of miles left, and then we will definitely call it a day then. Yeah, it's definitely worth thinking about, Rachel. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm kind of trying to balance it, because I think the idea of people doing the same runs is quite good as well. So that they are, you know, we're getting these people doing all these runs, which is quite good. So it's kind of one of those things to do maybe at the end of the stream. Yeah, definitely, Peter. Yeah, it's one way of making you feel older, isn't it? Because you know, when you're growing up, there are trains that have been around for a long time, then you don't think about it. But when you've seen a train being brand new into life, and now you've seen it at the back end of the careers, it certainly does make you feel a little bit older. And I tell you what, the 66s provides you with a great view of the line as well. Much better than the 802 or the well, any of the other units that are in the game. And I think, like we've said before, with the HST, I think, you know, when they first came out, you were kind of thinking, oh, but they're not like the Westerns, or they're not like the old diesels. Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. Yeah, that'll be a challenge and a half. Yeah, there's so much we could do. Oh, I better think about putting some brakes on as well. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, 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 PT, yeah. I mean, that's a sight and a half as well, isn't it? I saw that recently at Wolverhampton in the, what was it, May, June time? May, I think. Very good, Rachel, very good. It's lovely when a train goes over a bridge, though, when you're driving. And sometimes you can pass under the same railway bridge and you can do it 50 times and not see a train. Now then, can I say it right? Because, of course, it's not Hyundai, is it? It's Hyundai. So have we got? We've got a Voyager that's presumably terminating at Plymouth. So there we go. So the scores don't matter really too much anyway. We're not going to worry about that tonight. Quick glance down the train, I suppose, while we're here. It looks very, very nice. Now with the Voyager there as well, sounds very, very noisy. Yeah, thank you very much, Rachel. Yeah, much appreciated. Much appreciated your company and your thoughts as ever. It's always great to have the experience of a real driver. And as I've said before, you know, I'll only ever be an amateur, so it's great to have that added interest. Really contributes. And thank you, Peter, as ever. Great humour, great comments as always, and always enjoy your input, and to everybody else as well. So yeah, thank you very much, and yeah, see you all on Sunday, 5 o'clock as always. And just one last time to say, of course, anybody who's enjoyed it, if you haven't done so and you consider liking and subscribing, then would be much appreciated. But that is Cargoline Volume 5, the nuclear pack. Very good it is too, and we've seen it in 3 different routes tonight. And thank you very much for watching, everybody. And until next time, from Power Flower Trains and Planes, it's good night.